Om. 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 Saishwaraya Vitmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Saishwaraya Vitmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om Saishwaraya Vitmahe Satyadevaya Dhimahi Tanna Sarva Prachodayat. Om. Offering my humble pranams at the most merciful feet of our Mother Sai, who week after week brings his gems to come and talk to us. And I just want to put one point in perspective. Last week, or I do not know which speaker referred to this. So once, I think in Trai, when Swami was asking them, how blessed are you to be a student? And everybody was saying, it's Punarjanma Punya, Swami. They started giving all kinds of reasons, that it was prayers of forefathers and so on and so forth. Swami was silent for some time, and then he said, there are rishis in the Himalayas who pray, to yearn, to spend time with me in constant contemplation over thousands of years. And I go fleetingly to give a fraction of a second of a darshan. And here I am sitting with you, giving week after day, Trai sessions or Mandar sessions, talking to you all, being one amongst you. This is not because of your Punarjanma Punya, my dear. It is because of my infinite grace on you. So every speaker who comes to us is blessed to have certain qualities, certain upbringing, being born in amazing families, and knowing Swami. But without his grace, they would not have an iota of a chance to spend that time in his presence, learning, sometimes being instructed into with the minutest of things. And we have a speaker here today where, if I were to look at the blessings comes when you are born into a family of Sai devotees. Big blessing. That's like a bonanza when you start off with. You have chances where you are in Prasanthinilayam, witnessing your grandparents' 60th birthday. Further blessings. Then you are blessed with an amazing voice, and you find a guru who trains you. Why does he train you? Is it just to sing? Well, it's actually to sing for the Lord. And then you come into his hallowed portals to study, and you get the opportunity of singing for 10 years in his presence. Well, that's the blessing of our speaker, and all the other qualifications that he may have might be for a biodata or a CV. And that's all. This is it. What else in life than to come in the presence of Sai, be with Sai, learn with and from Sai, and sing for Sai. Such is our speaker today. I'm so happy and grateful to Swami for bringing Brother S Kumar today with us. And I'm going to let him take over from this point. Incidentally, just for an academic perspective, well, he did study maths. He did work on artificial intelligence. He did get into the computing line. He did go to the United States. But if one were to ask him what he does, well, he loves to sing, and he loves to sing for Swami. And that is by far his biggest qualification. And the fact that he is one among the graced to be in Sai's presence. And now over to you, and praying that Swami be with us and help all of us learn and be with him through this process of being in the Satsang. Sai Ram.
Sairam, thanks to you all for coming here. It is an opportunity every time to recall the beautiful form, the beautiful memories, and the beautiful messages which he has given to us in our lives. And in a way, we have understood to the extent we have seen him. However, he is magnificent in terms of teaching all of us lessons day in and day out. So let me first thank Swami for making us to be part of his mission. All of us, not just students, all of us, in our own way, we have been doing so many things which we feel is meaningful and what we are capable of based on the skill set we have, or our passion. So thanks to Swami, first of all, to have brought us, groomed us, and to have been even coming together like this in this kind of forum, and across the countries, people are available to listen to Swami, and about Swami. So thanks to you all, and thanks to Swami, and offering my humble salutations at the divine lotus feet, thanking my cobra, brothers in from college, or brothers and sisters from all over the world, for being here. So let me, when Venkat kept asking uh, for me to speak, maybe the time has come now. And so I was praying to Swami as to what exactly I can speak. And so I asked him for a topic. He said, no, whatever you feel, you can speak. So that is like a wide, topic to cover. So then, since from tomorrow, Monday onwards, there is Navratri. So I just thought I would focus on what Swami has said in a brief way, and then go upon, touching topics which are relevant to Mother Sai. So that is what is the theme I have thought about. However, I leave it to you all to navigate this into, whatever, during question answer session or whatever. So I would appreciate. Any questions at the end. So let me get into the topic, before which I will just sing a prayer to Mother Sai in the form of a Lalita Sahasranamam, which our family, the first introduction to Devi pujas and Devi, Mahatyam, comes into play in every house in a unique way, and that is where our family members, we are used to singing Lalita Sahasranamam in a musical fashion. So let me begin with that in a very brief way. Om Shrimata Shri Maharagniamba Shrimat Simhasane Shwariyamba Shrimata Chidagnikunda Chidagnikunda Sambhuta Chidagnikunda Sambhuta Devakarya Samudyatamba Srimata Shri Maharagni Amba Srimad Simhasaneshwari Amba Shri Mata. Ah, ah. This used to be our prayer to Navratri, and that is how we, as all family members, sit together and sing this Lalita Sahasranamam. So it's a kind of it's a family feeling. So I just wanted to share this with the Sai family, and further, moving on to various incidents that happen in our lives, which is which is very, very, very totally determined by Swami, but we do not know. We are trying to invent what is there in for us. So as a child, we are learning music and singing in. In our own little samiti, and I used to be. I grew up in a small town called Neyveli, in Tamil Nadu. That is where the samiti, just the awareness of Sai itself was brought by people from Neyveli, and then they formed a samiti, and so we all are used to singing there in Balvikas and everything. So there is a time when like you have to get out of this town because this did not have a college, and we had to move to Chennai or major cities where colleges are there. So I moved on to Chennai Vivekananda College for bachelor's program, and bhajans used to be a passion for everyone in the family, as well as Sai bhajans became popular by then itself. So I used to attend Sundaram, and I was like, Sundaram Chennai was so amazing to listen to all bhajans with top quality singing and excellent variety of voices, and putting together a great offering in the sense everything is practiced well. And I, for the first time, I heard such a beautiful bhajan session. It's a passion that we want to be part of it. But in the meanwhile, what happened was, this was in the year 1981, and Gopi and others are aware, by the time he had joined Swami's college already, so they used to visit during summer vacation time. So yeah, so the Sundaram bhajans was such an inspiration for so many of us, so many who are here too, meaning so many have learned bhajans because of Sundaram bhajans recording and stuff like that. So I was in the audience, and it was such a beautiful feeling. And then I heard in the same year, 1981, after Swami came to 80, 81 or 80, 82 January, Swami was supposed to be visiting Neyveli. So I could never believe our little town, in a samiti where we grew up, Swami was supposed to be visiting that little samiti in person. And I ran back from Chennai to be in that occasion. And Swami came to our samiti, and we chanted Vedam and Mantra Pushpam, and we were able to feel Swami and make Swami sit on the chair in Neyveli. So those beautiful memories of Swami coming and part of living with us in our family, and that happened. And that is when I went back to Chennai, because they mentioned Sundaram has got lots of rules, that anytime any new singers are admitted is only after Swami comes and leaves, because then they have enough time to practice and see whether they're able to perform well, or so after Swami left, Swami came for the inauguration of Gangappa paper mills, by T.G. Krishnamurti, sir. Yeah, so Swami had inaugurated that paper mill. It's all incidental. Swami had come to Neyveli Samiti. So then he went back to Puttaparthi, and that is the time they allowed me to sing bhajans in Sundaram. And the various bhajans I have sung, however, since this is in Devi context, so Swami was visiting 1983 January again to Chennai, and by then I had learned few new bhajans, like from Mr. Raghupati. He had composed many bhajans, and one of them is Kanika Parameshwari Mata Jaya Sai Narayani Mata Kamalahaste Jaya Kamalavadani Mata Kamalahaste Jaya Kamalavadani Mata Kamalarupini Mata Kanyakamba Sai Mata Kanyakamba Sai Mata. That is one bhajan which I had learned from Sri Raghupati of Trichy. He has composed many, many bhajans like Radhika Jeevana, Nanda Kelal. So many bhajans were composed by him, and he's an amazing composer, very unique to the tunes. And I got to sing these bhajans in Sundaram. However, the icing of the cake during the Swami's visit in 1983 January was, there were senior students, senior bhajan singers in Sundaram who would allow me to learn this new bhajan, which I will sing a little bit, but it's not all about singing. But singing is part of my life, so I'm sorry if I'm singing too much. You can always let me know in a chat saying, "Oh, that's too much of singing. Can you talk something?" Okay. So anyway, so the bhajan which when I was singing in Abbotsbury, because they have a beautiful concept in Sundaram. So when you're a singer singing for the first time in when during Swami's visit, they will allow you to sing when Swami has just gotten out of the car or giving darshan or something. But when Swami comes to the chair, only singers who have already sung in front of Swami would be singing, because that way the standard is maintained and people are not, we should not forget lines. We should, by looking at Swami, we should not feel that, oh, what is the next line? And or I forgot the tune. Things like that will be very embarrassing. So they have a great procedure in place all the time. So they had told, you will sing this bhajan because it's a new bhajan. So they allowed me to practice in Sundaram session beforehand. Before Swami arrived itself for a few weeks, they allowed me to sing this bhajan, and that is when I sang this bhajan. Sai Prema Swarupini Durgati Nashini Mangalakarini Jana Paripalini Janani Dehi Sharanam Simhavahini Dehi Sharanam Sai Narayani. So we all have heard this bhajan. So on that evening in Abbotsbury, I was singing when Swami was already giving darshan in Abbotsbury. It's a big gathering where Swami, whenever on a public Sunday or Saturday, whenever there is a holiday, there is a bhajan session. Swami would like to have them in Abbotsbury so that many people can sit and he can give darshan. So he was giving darshan when I was singing, and at that time we do not know who are all sitting around. And then so I finished my singing, and after that, Swami came to the stage, and other singers sang also other bhajans. And immediately after the bhajan was over, somebody came up to me, and then an old lady who came up to me and spoke to me, and of course, as soon as I saw her, we all know who's the Padma Vibhushan Bharat Ratna M.S. Subbalakshmi Garu. She came down to me and said, who sang this Devi bhajan, which had all beautiful touches of, the raga, as well as, it took in every milestone of that alap and the bhajan, it made us feel the Devi in this bhajan, and that was such a blessing to listen to. And she came up and blessed me and told me that you sing very well, you sang very well. So for us, we do not know at that point in time she had already gotten Padma Vibhushan. We know MS Subbulakshmi because every day starts with our Venkatesha Suprabhatam in our respective houses, or Vishnu Sahasranamam, or anything for that Bhajagovindam. Bhajago. I'm thinking of Hirak. Hirak acted as Adi Shankara. You all must have heard him speak already, and so inspire. It's a inspiration from those days to listen to M.S. Subbulakshmi Garu. She came and said these kind words, saying it was such a beautiful bhajan, very very beautifully sung, and it was one of those confirmation that yes, whatever we are doing is is also a great offering, because we knew that she was in the devotional front. She was already there, and so after that, we get minimal exposure during Sundaram days, and Swami would just walk around, and and then he was standing right in front of me one other day in Sundaram, and that's when I sang this bhajan, Nam bhajo Hari Nam bhajo Narayana Sai Narayana Nanda Ananda Mukunda Hari. So when I was singing, Swami was just standing and holding his hands like this, and then he was just swaying to the beat. And that when Swami sways and standing in front of you, it's a more one of the most beautiful moments. And then I was doing bachelor's in mathematics in Chennai. I said, what else is more beautiful in this world than Bhagwan himself? So inspired by his beauty, his magnificence, and though we all are we all grew up in Swami's fold from childhood, there is a moment when Swami clicks it, saying, "Ah, this is the moment you're coming to me." Really, I could have as well gone for bachelor's. There were so many other students who studied with me in Neyveli, like Balsubramaniam and Ganeshnath. Ganeshnath was my classmate. He had been to Puttaparthi immediately after 12th, but the time didn't come for me. So I had to go through some more grind before I could go to Puttaparthi. And there I land in Puttaparthi, the land of Prashanti, where Bhagwan starts grooming me every bit. So until now, I took almost 30 minutes. So for the next 45 minutes, let me, cover the details which, Bhagwan has taken the pains as to how, he has groomed me in terms of whatever little I've learned, and also even today, as to how he has been blessing me with, every day on a day-to-day basis, how he is blessing. So at this point in time, I thank my parents and family who really allowed me to be at the lotus feet for 10 long years. And my parents were, and my father is to take care of Sundaram as well as do puja in Sundaram. Every time Swami went, so I hear to for Swami, my father Sundaram did arati to Swami, and Swami will come back and tell me, I saw your dad, your mom, your brother, Swami will come back and tell me, and Swami will, it's such a family thing. And so, anyway, getting back to Puttaparthi, in singing in Puttaparthi is on a daily basis, right in front of Bhagwan, and that too in the year 1984 and 85. Bhagwan stayed for 1.5 years continuously in Puttaparthi. 60th birthday was approaching, and Bhagwan has given so many tips regarding Navratri, and one of them, which I just wanted to, these are the opportunities when we can listen to Swami and say, what does he said about Navratri? Yeah, we were students long back. Students tend to keep on looking at Swami, his form, but are we listening to the message which is being told by Swami? Or is it meant for, it's all meant for us too, but it's such a, we are youth and we got restlessness. We are teenagers and so many distractions, and we are all the time wanting to go closer to Swami, get physical, So, but life is not only about physical Swami. It is about the Swami we carry in our heart all our life. And so I took a moment to go back and read, because I take these opportunities of talks as a learning for me. And so Bhagwan says uh, the main concept of Navratri is to remove the darkness by grasping Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, and Kriya Shakti. So that is the, by giving, Bhagwan has always made Durga Lakshmi Saraswati as a generic concept which the whole world can absorb. And when I looked at definitions for Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, and Kriya Shakti, always do two definitions. One is generic definitions across the world. So I went to Yogapedia, and Yogapedia tells me Ichha Shakti is willpower. Jnana Shakti is knowledge or wisdom to perform the task. Kriya Shakti is the physical ability. So we need, there is an example in that. It says to build a house, we need the desire to build the house, and then we have to have the knowledge as to how to build a house, and then we should have the energy, physical energy, to build a house. So this is a very simple example Yogapedia has given. And then I said knowledge and wisdom, knowledge bar wisdom. So I kept wondering, then when we went to Bhagwan and listened to him, Swami says the power of discrimination is actually Jnana Shakti. So you not only need knowledge, you need to know as to which knowledge has to be used where, and which knowledge should not be used where. The do's and don'ts of knowledge is actually the discrimination power. So that is exactly what we have to do in our daily lives. So that is one thing I felt so happy listening to Bhagwan's discourse about Navratri. So then I went back to looking at my experiences in these three terms, and so I was looking at that. And then when I joined Swami's college, what happens? Let me come back to Chennai life again. Chennai life is about those days of semester exams. What we used to do is we'll have fun during college for the first 4 or 5 months. During the sixth month, when the exams happen, that is when 1 week before that we'll start opening the books and start reading, and then take it mastaka and pustaka, meaning we'll from pustaka to mastaka, and then we'll write it on the exam. So it's like a vomit of facts which we are trying to understand without understanding anything else. So what exactly happens? There is some physical ability which goes on, but using the mind, which is the desire to learn, we learn it and then reproduce it, but it doesn't go as Jnana Shakti. What happens is we we grab the knowledge, and then we just, as soon as we write it in the exam, we are now prepared for clear, like uh, you know just like our memory clear, we do clear the memory, then you have very little space, then you put it across in for the next subject of the exam. So we are only that is how I lived my life. So I thought, okay, Swami, all that we knew was only about Sairam and singing bhajans. And I thought, okay, we have studied a lot in Chennai and all. Here, just singing bhajans is the main thing. I understood that way. And I started my first semester exam. And when I completed the exams, so my grades was the worst grade in the whole class. In 20 students, we were all 20, my classmates were Amarendra, Ravindra, and so many other students like Ramkrishna, Neil Bordalai. They're all our batchmates. So I think they all have given talks here already in Sai Govind Satsangh. So Neil is amazing person. They were doing physics, and we had I was doing mathematics. And imagine Ramkrishna and myself are the two students in the whole class in the master's program, and we had five professors. So five professors and two students, the attention was overwhelming. In other college areas, wherever we studied, there used to be 60 students, whether you studied, concentrated in the class or not, it doesn't matter. But here, their eyes are all the time on you, and then here is Bhagwan, on the mandir every day, and it's like too much of micromanaging. So these were the teachers, and then they were telling me, Kumar, I think the internal exams you're already getting C and D. That's not enough. You just prepare only during exam. That's not enough. You have to understand every day. They kept telling me. I said I was lost in Swami's darshan and bhajan and everything. And then, so the results came. Out of 20 students, 19 students got A grade or O grade. I was the only one to get a B grade. B is like 50% and to 60%. A is 60 and to 90, and then O grade is 90 to 100. So there were many students who got O grade. There are many students who got A grade, and I was the only one. Swami was having the list of students of each and every batch, and so he was reading out one by one. When it came to Ramakrishna, he gave, so mathematics came Ramakrishna, Swami, Ramakrishna is to be serving Swami in Vrindavan, and Swami gave him Pada Namaskar, and then came S Kumar, Neeku Pada Namaskaram Ledu. You don't deserve Pada Namaskaram. Everybody else got A grade or above. You're the only one who is an insult to this institute. You are spoiling the name of this institute. ఎందుకోసం వచ్చారు? Why did you come here? Why did your parents send you here? Is it only to sing? So that is when we start realizing, oh, Bhagwan is keeping track of everything, not only just singing in front of Bhagwan. So there the grind starts. Oh, so, and he says, if you do not get A grade in the next semester, you will be sent back to Chennai. You can go roam around More Market. Those days, More Market used to be there. That's where we have so many other shopping malls and centers these days. So you can go become back a rowdy in Chennai and then get spoiled. So he just generated fear in front of all my classmates, in front of all students, in front of the devotees. He knows where, if he has to drive a point in our minds for this dumb head, he knows exactly where to really strike that iron strong to illumine. That was the time I realized there is something called, you know, something called understanding the concepts taught in a subject and then apply it to a particular situation. So Bhagwan is all about, why did Swami start institute? Because it is today, if you go back and listen to the talks which are given during convocations, students today are doing work for COVID treatments, COVID vaccines. So many great applications are happening. It is all Swami's dream to make these things happen from the day he started. Has he started anything which, every time he started something, he wants us to try to understand it, apply it better. So then started the Jnana Shakti. He put that fire into me, and he also told me later, though he insulted me that day in front of all my students and not give Pada Namaskar, he, on another occasion, when I went back home and came back, he said, I will stop you from singing in mandir because you talk too much and you went around Chennai to various places. You didn't behave properly. So he stopped me from singing in the mandir for like so many days. We do not know. And he sent word, through warden saying that he cannot even sit inside the mandir anymore. And he can sit near the car shed if he wants. So when all these, there are two sides of the treatment. One, what you think that you can escape just by singing, he will give you a treatment saying studies is the important for which you have come here. On the other hand, whatever we consider as awesome thing in our own background, he will make it insignificant. There are umpteen number of singers who are waiting to sing for Swami. You are not the only one. So he gives you that treatment, saying, "Oh my God, it's like a two shots of the of the same coin, which will make your coin balance better." So that is the he did that, and that the story there is, he would not allow me, and then I was like all the time realizing what a damage I've created to myself. And then Neil Bordolai came back to me and said, "Kumar, why are you so silent? Not eating properly, or you're not talking to anybody, you're not lifting your head anywhere." He's my bashmet, right? He said, he said, "Kumar, please know one thing. Swami has given all of us such treatments. It is for our own good. So, misery loves company." Oh my God, really? I thought I'm the only one in this whole world whom Swami has done this to. Then he said, Swami does this for our own good. So just pray to Swami and ask Swami to forgive you. And then when I went back and spoke to Warden said, Swami has told you cannot sit anywhere in the corner rows where you can go approach Swami. So I was hiding behind some pillar one day and then went back to Swami, jumped across and caught hold of Swami's feet. And the Swami, please forgive me, he said. I said, Swami said, "Utta, ఎక్కువ మాట్లాడుతున్నావు. You're talking too much. All drama karta hai, and then singing, and then you don't know where you are, and then you are lost in your own paradise." So he gave so many other scoldings, and then he said, I kept on crying because the see, when for a child, whatever is the most important toy in their life, if you take it away from them and not give them a timeout, that's when they realize what exactly they had. For a Swami to let me know as to what exactly is a great opportunity of being with Swami, singing for Swami or studying in Swami's Institute, these two blows really made me balance. After which, when I came out with O grades, you won't believe when Swami opened the door for darshan on that fine evening, he kept asking for, "Where is S Kumar? Where is S Kumar? Where is S Kumar?" Went around asking for me all the time. And then in the meanwhile, from the portico, somebody, I was sitting in Bhajan hall, somebody came and said, "Swami has been asking for you outside." So finally, when he came back to Mandir for giving interview, he called me and said, "Come here, take Pada Namaskar. S Kumar ke O grade వచ్చింది. S Kumar ke O grade వచ్చింది." It's like, why me getting a O grade? Is it a world news? No, it is just that he was so happy and gave me later a PhD seat because I qualified for it. And then Swami wanted me to qualify for it, and he wants to be proud. And then finally, all those professors who told me, Kumar, those professors who told me that you cannot do this when you got a B grade. Swami is very particular about studies too. They came back and said, "See, we told you how Swami is particular about studies and for which you have to learn." And then it is not about just desire to study in Swami's college. It is about the physical ability to concentrate and learn using the Kriya Shakti and also apply in various problem solving situations. So he gave me a PhD where I could apply my knowledge. And that is how Bhagwan on a day-to-day basis have allowed us to go through these three Shaktis in every problem solving of whatever we do. We have to create the interest and learn it with understanding and apply it. So that is the academic side of my life, which Bhagwan totally changed me. Because in this world, if somebody has transformed me to what I could become, it's only that physical Bhagwan who took pains and time. And so the remaining 30 minutes, I would focus on the other things which Bhagwan has um, bestowed me with, and that would be so on a particular excuse me, on a particular say Ugadi day, when Bhagwan was planning for a music program, because those days the music program was not too very often, because we did not even have mics for bhajans. Everyday bhajans we have to shout and sing. So that is one of the reasons why you will wonder, Sundaram bhajan singers always wondered as to why all these students are shouting and singing though they have a mic, because from the day one they are used to singing without mics. Sundaram always had mics. They're luxurious place and beautiful hall. And then bhajans in on a day-to-day basis, only for, excuse me, only on Sunday mornings, and Sunday evenings. We used to have mics those days in 84 and 85. And then later, for all the devotees, Swami brought mic system on a everyday basis for every session. So those days, when we were singing, um, other co-singers, amazing singers are like Kote, Hirok, V. Kumar, Tiwari, and all other singers, were there. And so that was the time Swami thought he will introduce uh, something for Ugadi in a very new way. So Swami called us. Uh, when was that? It was in the month of March was the Ugadi. Swami called us in the month of February for interview. He said, "Don't come. Once people come, I become busy. So you come way early in the afternoon on a Sunday, 2:30 p.m. 2:30 p.m. we go inside and sit next to Swami for I think that was the time when Gopi Chandran was my room teacher. Yes, 1985 March. He was room teacher for me, and thanks. They all are here, so it's such a great homecoming. So we went to Mandir and we were waiting. Swami, Mr. Kayalas let us in, and we were waiting. Swami came down from those days. Swami used to live in the Mandir itself. So Swami came down, and when Swami comes in the afternoon, my God, that aura, we do not know the aura in the aura sense. The aura of Swami coming into the interview room itself is such a, people have spoken about Vishwarupa Darshan. I think those are truly the Vishwarupa Darshan moments where you get to see Swami like this, and you're sitting down and Swami stands, and then, oh, Chera, like that. Then we went and sat down next to Swami on the chair, the Satya Dharma Shanti Prema chair, all of us know. Then, like I was sitting behind, and then Swami said, you know, then he called Subapaya. So Subbapaya. Swami used to say all so many A's and Y's, his names are. So, he'll just make it feel as though how homely he is, to make us feel very comfortable. The one of the most important things with Bhagwan is he's the all-knowing. He's the all-knowing who will make us feel as though he doesn't know anything about the world. Why he does that? So that we will go closer to him. If he keeps showing his omnipresence all the time, oh my God, will he start knowing all the bad things I've done in my life in Chennai and wherever I went, and not going to college, going for movies? Will he start talking about all that? Then the thing is, all the time, if people know more about you, we will avoid. One of the reasons why children avoid parents is because they know parents know them very well. And so children are very friendly to their friends after teenage. These are all things which every one of us go through. Excuse me. So Swami made us feel very homely, and taught us songs which he said he himself wrote. He himself wrote those songs, he said. And then he said, to Kote, he has sung this already for in Sai Govind Satsangh. Ila nirasha sai chudunda gayela nirasha pati chudunda gayela nirasha. So that was the song which Swami taught, Hirok, Kote and Tiwari. So in my mind, now my mind starts playing a different role. Swami, I have learned Carnatic. Why can't you teach me those type of songs which you're teaching Kote? The jealousy comes into play. As a student, we are all students. So I was thinking, Swami, why can't you teach that song to me? This musical ego of learning music, and I know classical never leaves your mind all the time. It keeps haunting you like a snake. So that is what's going on. Ela. We like those Carnatic sangatis, and Kote's voice was amazing for that. And see, we don't realize, sometimes why Swami chooses some songs to be. So then he gave me a song which was very, very light. Indre subadiname, ha 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 ha, Indre subadiname, பொன்னொழியே புதுமலரே என்னருள் ஜீவியத்தில் சொல்வாயே இன்றே சுபதினமே. Swami gave me this song. So he said, you and V. Kumar sing this song. So புள்ளிமான் போல் நெஞ்சம் துள்ளுதே. Aha. Swami wanted us to break. Why? Because when deers jump, Pulliman pol nenjam tullide means that when deers jump, it'll just pause for a second. Pulliman pol nenjam. My heart is jumping with joy, just like the jumping of the deer. And a Tamil song written by Swami, because I was from Chennai, my Telugu was not all that great when I joined, because we all have studied in Tamil and English mediums. So see how Swami has planned out, because I could write down the song in Tamil when he told me, right? So Kote has script, which is, though he speaks Kannada, he can write Kannada and Telugu script are same. So there are so many reasons which Bhagwan doesn't have to explain. So so that song, when we sang, Swami said, Hiro, you join in Hindi. आज ही शुभ दिन है, हा 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 हा, आज ही शुभ दिन है, शुभ दिन है. And Tiwari sang in English, and or vice versa, I think. Today is a sacred day, ha 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 ha, today is a sacred day. So this is such a song which is like Swami wants to bring together. So basically, what does Swami do? Swami wants us to live together, learn together, learn together and reach together, and so that we can kind of show to the world that we are all in united fashion, we are in unity in diversity. So Bhagwan's uh, institute prayer also, Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karamavahai तेजस्विनावदीतमस्तु मा विद्विषावहै. That is the prayer. So that was the starting point where Bhagwan started with my learning of music written by him. Later, he gave me opportunities as Radha, where so the mother role came into play in so many other, fashion during my stay at Swami's Lotus Feet. The Swami called me inside for 60th birthday, drama practice. So he had chosen some characters, but he didn't reveal anything. So when he called me for an interview. He said, I have thought of a very, very important role for you in this drama. Would you be willing to act in a lady role? Swami asked me. Why would Swami come and ask you, would you be willing? I said, Swami, you are telling us, you ask us, there's no question of saying, no, I'm ready, waiting to do anything what you ask me for. Then he said, if you really agree, you should not think later, I'm studying in boys hostel. People will make fun of me with a different costume. I'm wearing, all those female dresses, and people will make fun of you. And you should not mind anything like that. So I said, Swami, I don't mind anything. I mean, there's that Lord God is coming and asking, and there's no second thought about it. I clearly said, yes, Swami. But think of Swami, how much of humility we have to learn from Swami, even to talk to our own kids. Sometimes we take our own kids for granted. So we have to really, so that is a mother aspect which we need to understand from Swami. Though it's our own children, we have to kind of ask them sometimes. And that one learning came to my life, which has to how Swami conducts himself. And then, but he said, if you agree to act, I will learn to teach, I will make you learn all the songs which I have written for this play, teach you how to act, how to dance, and how to deliver the dialogues. So everything is it. So that is a lot more opportunities to be with Swami, to learn from Swami. And at that, I'll make it brief. In the sense, there's one song which Bhagwan. There are so many songs. One villager song, one Satyabhama song. He used to teach me all the songs, and he told me that you have to teach to all others because I'm teaching you. So what did he do during Ugadi? He found out how exactly I'm able to replicate whatever he said, whatever he sang. Like uh, um, புள்ளிமான் போல் நெஞ்சம் துள்ளுதே. So second time when you say புள்ளிமான் போல் நெஞ்சம், so you should replicate exactly in the same matra. So I used to calculate the matras, and then Sangati also. புள்ளிமான் போல் நெஞ்சம் துள்ளுதே. That is Swami's Sangati. You all have heard in many other bhajans. So I exactly reproduced. So Bhagwan has a staging environment. If you know all computer science, wherever we go production, we have a staging environment to check development, staging, and production like that. Bhagwan has various situations where he tests out. And then he found out, yeah, this is a good ground. I'll teach you all the songs so that you can teach others. So he taught me Villager song. Very beautiful song. కిట్టయ్య వచ్చునట నిశ్చయముగా మన కట్టాలు బాపునట చిట్టి దేవుడు అతని చూడగోరవారు అవధూతల్ అతని చింత చేయనట్టు వారు యమదూతల్ ఆశ భాషలందు విషయదాసులై మోసపోగా. Villagers, how will they sing? That is how Bhagwan wrote even the language, the tune, the beat, the lyrics, and the feel. Everything that is a villager feel. So he taught me all that, and I taught it to so many other students. And another song is Satyabhama. Out of jealousy, he sings this song. ఒక్కనాడైనవు చక్కనయ్యా నాతో మక్కువతో ముచ్చటలు చెప్పినావా. The complaining voice. Can you hear that? She complains saying, have you ever spoken to me? We all have fought like this in our life with our spouses or even parents. But have you ever looked at me mercifully? Have you ever looked at me kindfully? నాతో మక్కువతో ముచ్చటలు చెప్పినావా చెప్పు పసని సనీదమాగ సగమ పగారిస ఒక్కనాడైన. And that is the music Swami said should come there. Swami directed the entire music for the whole Radhakrishna drama. When he came for practice, Sonam should say, Swami was the music director for that indirectly, but Swami gave him the music. Pasani sanidamaga sagama pagarisa. That is all. Don't give too much music. There is no time to, in a drama, people cannot be walking around for too much music. Music is only for connecting on the stage to people. It is not important. So I have 15 minutes more to go. So Swami gave this song. See how beautifully Swami has composed. Kallaletiko nallanayya nannu. See, Swami said, whenever there is a complaint, నన్ను చల్లనైన చూపులతో చూచిన. Whenever there's a complaint, the voice has to change. And then ఎన్నడైనా ఓ వెన్న దొంగ, the voice has to change its mood. Whenever you address Krishna, it should become happy. And whenever you're complaining, it should become part of your bodily complaint. So he gave those tones in those words. Sitting on that interview room chair, I can very well imagine him singing. Don't sing too loud because people will hear outside. It should be a surprise. So, Ennadaina O Venadonga, Ennadaina O Venadonga, Nato Tinnaganu, Tiyaganu, Palikinawa, Cheppu Vokker. Have you ever spoken to me in a sweet language, always complaining? That is how Satyabhama, out of jealousy to Radha, sings like that. And so Bhagwan has given various aspects through this, but there's one song which Swami gave for Radha. Swami said, Radha ante enti. What is the meaning of Radha? Radhaki adharam dhara aradhan, which the Swami gave a definition, Rada. Radhaki adharam dhara aradhan. So ides Radha ante meaning. So do not keep talking too much. That is why I gave you a treatment. Talk less. Think of Swami. And then keep on thinking of Swami all the time. That will give you the kind of state which Radha was. To some extent, I know you cannot reach that stage, but to some extent, until the drama is over, at least keep thinking about Swami. Swami, it is a vacation time. So I used to be alone, walking, singing those songs. One of the song is One of the songs is this. So, hmm, Krishna ఎందున్నావు ఏలిటు రావు నన్నిటు వేరు చేతువా దయలేదా ఈ దాసురాలిపై. Every notation on this song is exactly the way Swami taught you. Why? Because Swami says the villagers were so jealous that if Radha were to be in the village, Krishna's attention will go only to Radha. So what they do is they go and put her in a jail away from village, and she thinks of Krishna and sings this song, and Krishna appears right in front of her. That is a song. ఎందున్నావో ఏలిటురావో. Amazing. So there are various songs like this. So where Bhagwan has spent like how many months? It was in the November was the birthday. This was the first drama to be staged on Shanti Vedika on November 20th, 1985. After which here and there, and after that Swami's Chula. The first drama, and then so we didn't know how the audio settings were supposed to be. So all this started in the month of August, September, October. Three whole months, Swami spent time every day listening to the same song so many times and giving us opportunity. And Gopi was aware because he was my room teacher that we used to go off every time early, and so Kantarao played a role in this drama too. He played the role of villager, where there is another song, Indu Boyena Deva Devudu. So at that scene where the pot were to be broken by the rowdy village rowdy. He Kantara was a good advocate. He tells, don't play with Radha. It's not Radha Mata is like the Ishwari of the of this world. She's like that, so don't hurt her. But he says, yeah, all these people, they're lost in all this devotion, and he used to make fun of them, and then hit the pot which she was carrying, and then she was just going with along with Ravi Kumar acted. Ravi Kumar from Puttaparthi acted as my friend in that scene. And then Kantara, in spite of his advice, the village rowdy hits the pot, and so various incidents happen. So that was the scene where Kantara comes in, and then Radha herself. At that time, the Narada comes in and tells Radha Mata, only you can heal um, this person from this thing. So she goes and touches him like this, and then out of Krishna's will, everything happens. Bhagwan's story is like that. So it was a very beautiful scene, enacted by Kantara, Sundarayar, so many of them. It's amazing drama. But I just wanted to give a role as to how mother has got to be. In the sense, Swami taught us, saying that so many students to whom I had to teach so many things in terms of singing. Dance was actually, Bhagwan used to come and visit the practices, and then Sundarayar also, did a lot of work in this. And so various situations where, Bhagwan from there, he made me Yashoda with the same team of Gopikas. And then, that is when Swami taught me as to how slowly your attention time is done. Now you have to make all others uh, you know, conditioning to Swami's, how Swami expects us to perform. As a lady, when you wear a lady costume, Swami taught me that until you're on a lady costume, you are not supposed to mingle with boys. Even during SSC Balvikas time, there are all, boys are acting as girls, but they cannot mix with boys. They should just stay alone and then not talk much. And then stay away. And even during the group photograph, Bhagwan came and and said that I was standing away from with all the ladies. And then so those lessons which are very important, because nowhere we can create any kind of misunderstanding or bad kind of thoughts in anybody. And these all the lessons learned offline behind the scene. So those things we had to learn, and I had to communicate that. So I acted as Yashoda, as a real mother of Krishna, and then I acted as in mother of Krishna in Cheppinatlu Chestara, and then I acted as a mother of one of the Swami students. So the Swami gave so many opportunities. And however, the in all this background, the learning of music, I must thank my guru Sri Anandan. The music learned and the Swarasthanam, which I had learned from my guru, was so useful in grasping. So so many times I used to be part of the music programs and distribute music pieces here and there. And so that is when like I was. But however, the classical ego keeps on going. So I used to sing various kirtanas in front of Swami, because those days music college was not there. And it keeps coming back. We are always egoistic at some point in time. Swami, please tell that I'm able to sing Carnatic songs very well. That ego from the interview room of Ugadi time till for it's lasted for so many years, for 8 9 years. And then I was singing like so many kirtans, like uh, this one, I sang this Nidhi Chala Sukhama Ramuni Sannidhi Seva Sukhama. All those kirtans like Shiva 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 Yanarada. All Sangatis, all with swaras. Every time I used to sing swaras, and I'll go back to Swami thinking that, so you sang so beautifully. I am assuming that Swami is going to tell me, you sang amazing, so beautiful swaras. Sir. And Swami will come back and tell me, ఎందుకు అలా మొఖం పెడుతున్నావు? Why are you singing like that? He will tell me something totally different. He said, why is your face so ugly while singing? Have you ever seen your face in the mirror while singing? I'm the one to bear with all this. So Bhagwan will totally tell me something else. And, when I'm expecting Swami to say, Swami, you're supposed to tell me that I sang very well in all the swaras. Excuse me. So this mind of ego is so crazy. We cannot tell you how it acts in different points in time, that to show superiority, it never goes out all the time. Then he has to keep on. Have you seen one game where the kids will play in all this, wherever we go to, here we have Chuck E. Cheese's, where we have kind of a pigeonhole like thing, and something will pop up and you have to hit. The number of hits you do, the higher the score. Bhagwan has to keep on doing that. It'll pop up. Our ego will pop up, and the kids have to hit it. So that is a game. I was immediately thinking, this is exactly what Swami did. All the he'll hit with the ego, with the hammer. It's like that is when he's trying to tell us, God, man, you have to really get into the Jnana Shakti part. You are all the time doing Kriya Shakti, you're doing Icha Shakti, but Jnana Shakti doesn't come until you sublime your mind completely and make it as a learning and put them as packages to be used for divine purposes. So the Jnana Shakti aspect of power of discrimination, when we don't have discrimination, we are egoistic. When we have discrimination, we really find out what exactly Swami wants. And so I'm on the winding down phase of my talk. So then I for some time I said Swami is kind of saying all these things to me all the time, swaras whenever. Then finally, it is not the swaras which is a problem. It is not the song which is the problem. It is the mind with which I'm approaching to Swami is the problem. So when I'm singing, also, Swami said, if you sing with ego, I can hear the ego in your singing. And so what happened? Swami sat down in the bhajan hall one Sunday morning. Even if your singing is not so musical, if it is offered with great devotion, it goes into my ear and goes to my heart. If you, how much ever flowery your singing is, how much ever musical your singing is, if you sing with saying that I am the singer and render with so much sangatis and everything, it goes through this ear and it goes out through this ear. Or sometimes it forces me to get up from my seat, go away. So, do we want the Swami in our hearts to be sitting or running away from our hearts? That is a question. With discrimination of Icha Shakti, we need to keep on questioning on a daily basis on every task we do. It is not enough to have Icha Shakti, it is not good enough to have Kriya Shakti, but Jnana Shakti. And that is when I sang this song, which is very easy for me to sing, I thought, because the meaning is very light. It's a very light song. At that time, when I sang this song, Kanna என்றழைத்தேன் ராமா என்றழைத்தேன் எந்த பெயர் சொல்லி அழைத்தாலும் என் கண் முன்னே சாய் முகம் மட்டும் தெரியுதே என் கண் முன்னே சாய் முகம் மட்டும் தெரியுதே. That song when I sang, Swami was so happy at the end of the summer course 1991. He came up to the stage to give Pada Namaskar. He looked at me and said, "Nee pata chala baundi." He said for the first time, the one, excuse me, he said for the first time as to how my song was very good. I didn't even expect it. So, what ends up happening is whenever we do something, if we start expecting the result next minute, we are putting Bhagwan on hold. That I understood. But even then, even now, it doesn't go that easily. It is not easy to not expect results. It's very, very difficult. But he has demonstrated in life that if you expect, then I have nothing to do. Once you start expecting the result, I can't do any magic because you're already said stop. The way to say stop to Swami is to expect. We want Swami to come to us and say what he wants to say, not expect. So it is a great lesson I learned in my life. That is the greatest lesson of all lessons which I learned from Bhagwan, that whatever we are going through is our karma. At the same time, if we think of him, he will show ways by which he is helping us go through the problem in a very nice, easy manner. He makes our life on thorn of bed feel like it is just a prick. That's all, like a needle. So that is the kind of message which I learned, and he not only did that, he when I went down again, he introduced me to playback singers, S Janaki, Susila Ma, and Anjali Devi Garu. Everybody was standing. He said, చూసావా ఎట్లా పాడాడు చూసావా ఎస్ కుమార్ ఎట్లా పాడాడు స్వామి అద్భుతం స్వామి they're out of their own devotion to Swami. They may say whatever, but however, Swami says ఈ పాట, the song was composed by Malaysia Vasudevan. Kumar sang better than even Malaysia Vasudevan. That is how Bhagwan, when he wants to give credit, he goes in his own way, which again we are not supposed to get carried away with. It is Bhagwan's joy, and he wants to give us the kind of laurels which we didn't expect, and that is when he comes to our life. And that is how various other various other bhajans I have sung in front of Swami in various situations, and one of them, which Arunesh Panita composed, he came and asked me, "Sir, I'm very young." He said, "I'm very young in age." He's Ravi Kumar's classmate. I have composed a bhajan. Can you please sing? He asked me, if you can introduce this in the bhajan hall, it'll be good. So then I sang couple of bhajans composed by him. Is one of them is you know. प्रेम स्वरूपिणी जननी माँ शरण नमोस्तुते साई माँ प्रेम स्वरूपिणी जननी माँ. And again, the other bhajan which she composed for the very, very beautiful bhajan, Giridhara Govinda Gopala Ghanshyama. It's a very different type of bhajan those days, because Manamohana Madhusudhana He Madhava. It's a very beautiful bhajan composed by him. So these bhajans I got a chance to sing in front of Swami. After that, I became the teacher in charge for Ashtalakshmi dance performed by Satyajit and all other, I was older, obviously, so no more dancing or acting. Swami made me in charge of Ashtalakshmi dance, where all the primary school kids were Ashtalakshmis, and in that I got an opportunity to compose some slokas. So the first sloka was sung by Ravi Kumar. It's very beautiful. Adi Lakshmi Namastestu Parabrahmaswarupini Yashodehi Dhanam Dehi Sarva Kalmam Cha Dehi Me. So that is one Lakshmi. But after that, it was like a song where It was very beautifully composed, and all the music group was playing different beats. Uh, Gamada da re re sa. So well, beautiful. Once I get into that mood of Ashtakshmi dance, it was such a what do you call it? It's a like a breakthrough of dance, which is Veera Lakshmi Namaste Stu Parashakti Swarupine Viryam Dehi Dhanam Dehi Sarvakamancha Dehi Me. So it is such a. I just wanted to cover all three Devis in my talk. So I wanted to sing this because Bhagwan had taken me through these journeys of various Devis, and so that is why I wanted to bring that. And finally, before I close for the 10 minutes of question answers, Bhajan Hall, Bhagwan used to give me an opportunity to sing every day one bhajan at least. And then last bhajan, we do not know whether Bhagwan is going to sit or not. Bhagwan may get up for Harati, and then we our bhajan may get cancelled. So at such point in time, there used to be two singers who used to accept to sing the last bhajan. It's a risk of of not singing, or Swami will cut off, once you start singing and things like that. So there were a couple of bhajans because Arati was in Tu Madhyam those days. Tu Madhyam is G Shruti. So what I used to do, I used to tell Sonam, keep G as the last bhajan for me. And Ravi Kumar also used to agree to sing, So G is the Shruti. So in that, if Swami stays, then you sing a bhajan in G. Otherwise, when Swami gets up, you can sing Arti, Om Jai Jagdish. So I always kept as my trump. Trump is a very, in the sense, trump card. I mean, trump card bhajan used to be for me like Giridhari Murari Govinda or Jagadishwari Dayakrama. So in out of maybe out of 20-25 times I might have sung in my entire career, entire stay in Patti, Jagadishwari Dayakrama. At least 50% of the time, Swami stayed an entire bhajan. Otherwise, what will happen is Swami Jagadishwari. Swami will just, this is the exact sequence will happen in the mic. People out sitting outside will wonder what's happening. Jagadishwari Om Jai Jagadishwari Jagadishwari Om Jai Jagadi Om Jai. It'll get cut off. So did the singer forget or what's happening? So Swami will wait for me to start to check whether I'm expecting or leaving the whole will to Swami. So when my will was so strong, Swami, you make the call. If you want to get up, you can get up. He would have stayed all through the bhajan. But sometimes, Swami, I want you to stay. Jagadi Om Jai So then, Swami will stand up and give me a laughter. It was such a laughter. Only Swami, we all have seen, Swami smiling with all this laughter. You give the joy to Swami and you look at Swami laughing, saying that, hey, I won over you. That joy, when we make Swami win, we also win. That is the lesson of this Devi who has given us Ichha Shakti, Jnana Shakti, and Kriya Shakti as part of our daily task. And so I'll close with this song, couple of lines. O Sai Ma, Priyamaina Bandhama, Prema Kurupama, Mandari Pranama, O Sai Ma. గడిచే ప్రతి క్షణం నీతోని గడపాలని మేము వినే పదాలన్నీ నీ మాటలే కావాలని మాలోని తలపులన్నీ మీకు వివరించాలని క్రియలన్నీ కర్తకే అంకితం చెయ్యాలని వేచియున్నాను ఈ రోజుకై ఓ సాయిమా ప్రియమైన బంధమా ప్రేమకు రూపమా ప్రేమకు రూపమా మా అందరి ప్రాణమా ఓ సాయిమా ఆ ఓ సాయిమా ఓ సాయిమా ఓ సాయిమా. Thank you for giving me this opportunity to think of all the lessons I have learned in this beautiful journey with Bhagwan in this Sai Govind Satsang. Thanks to Venkat for persistent work on this for weeks together, and thanks to all my colleagues in PhD to be here, and also to all these mule bhajan singers and all other singers from Singapore and all other areas in India to have come to have found time to be here. I thank Swami once again and offer all this at the lotus feet. Thank you, Sairam.
Sai Ramana, of course, I'm going to open it for questions, but then we can't finish off without Humko Tumse Pyar Kitna and the journey towards that. So,
Oh yeah, I
so
understand.
that part is there. So that's not going to part two because you said no part two right now. But when all these satsangs happen, part two automatically happens when it has to happen. So I'm going to leave that to Swami because I think today you've gone into what I call a fast forward journey into those beautiful plays written by Swami. Some of us have not heard about it. I mean, if we have seen it at that time, we would have probably heard a little bit. But yes, Malaysia Vasudevan songs you could have heard and all that. But all those compositions of Swami, I think they need to be recorded for posterity. Where just the process, I mean, just the details that goes into those compositions. Swami. Hopefully, we can have a part two on just that and getting all the cast and crew part of that satsang and doing that. If he wills, it should happen. But for now, if anyone has got any questions, please do type, or it's an open forum where you can just unmute yourself and speak. So there is nothing that makes me be the voice. Audio is not available. That is something that you'll have to sign in. You have to start your audio, Nirmal.
I
Uh,
can hear you. I
no,
can
no,
hear you though.
no. I think that person who's trying to ask a question, he's not signed into audio on the satsang, so there's no way you can be heard, Nirmal, but you can type. If anyone has got any questions, otherwise, I'm going to let Gopi Anna say a few words on the journey, so that will probably open some discussions. I don't want to have anything after Humko Tumse Pyar Kitna because it's just there should be no words spoken after that. So
I can tell the story behind that before you can play it.
yeah,
Okay,
I will
I'll
do
speak
that.
for 5 minutes. So
Yeah, sure. Yeah, so we will do that. So if anyone has got any questions, this is the opportune moment to ask. There's so much to learn. Um Anyone?
I think just one comment, Saram brother.
Yes,
Sairam.
Just yeah, very very fortunate to hear your honey-filled voice. We always say in the corporate world, which is totally different from the spiritual plane we are talking about, it takes a lot of courage to talk about one's weaknesses, especially in the public stage. So when in many occasions when you are actually pointing out to how Swami knocked gave a small nudge on your head and you disclose those moments, I was just thinking, I'm sure it's shared opinion, it shows how much maturity Swami has imposed on you. That is the devotion and maturity we all pray for. be able to be recipient and be with an open heart in a public forum and to openly declare, that means we are making progress. So thank you for that.
Thank you, thank you. I think when Bhagwan comes into picture, I think we are ever learning, and so Bhagwan has merciful. He found time to do all that too, right? Why should he find time to give you some insults which will make an impact on you? Because he knows that when we keep Swami as top priority, when there is a lesson coming which our body is not yet willing, we are able to go that extra mile to grow into our own career, and that is something. I think that is how we should always be. Which it takes time. Imagine it took 9 years for me to come to that understanding. It would never leave me. That the snake of ego will always keep pointing at me, and then he has to keep pointing. How much of work we are giving Swami? He's got so many people to take care. Then the less we complain, the more we are allowing Swami's time for everybody. So thank you. I appreciate that. So
Sarambar, thanks a lot.
thank you, Gururaj. I know you very well. So nice talking to you.
Sairam, Gopi Anna, probably let's have a little bit of the inside of being the room leader.
Room teacher.
Room teacher. Room teacher, yes.
Om Shri Sairam. In fact, this was almost the first ringside view of the world of a singer. I've never had this. As Kumar would agree in a lighter vein. In Prasanthinilayam, we belong to different worlds. He rock, Kote, and all were great singers, and people like me, at best followed. But then the proximity that Swami allowed them was phenomenal. Kumar, you asked people to indicate if you were singing a bit too much. Remember?
Yeah,
you in fact sang through your talk, and you talked through your songs. It was an amazing experience.
I think it was Bhagwan's dialogues anyway. So Bhagwan's dialogue in the form of songs.
Oh my goodness. The added joy, if Kantarao is around and our other peers, they will sound far more intelligent than me, in relating to what you said. This is amazing. And all that I can say is, along with Kumar, we very well know how often Swami would keep telling us, hey, you do not know how wonderful all those people, who have come all the way as devotees. You have a lot to learn from them. You have a lot to learn from them. Kumar, I'm sure you agree. Swami would very often thank us and whatnot. I join you, Kumar, in telling this wonderful group of people, thank you for giving us the chance to speak along with you. It was not as if, we were speaking from, from one side. We very well know what a blessing it is to connect with you all. And as I said, on a collective behalf, Sairam to all of you. Kumar, another beautiful opportunity was, of the common roots, since we came from the Sundaram background.
Yeah.
Prior to, 81, when I was in pre-Sevadal, we used to have the singing bhajan group people during our classes educate us on singing. After our regular classes, it used to conclude with bhajans. So they used to teach us how to sing. I remember even as Balvikas children, before Swami would come, how before, we used to have several sessions of bhajans, being held. So Kumar, all that I can say is on behalf of everyone now from the other side, sheer joy, stay blessed.
Thank you so much for being here, Gopi. It's always a great feeling. That's why once I saw Gopi first, I felt I was in the B12 in hostel. So though we are growing by age, and but when we look at each other, or one another from hostel, we become hostel mates immediately. Rewind back 30 years.
No doubts about it. Jai Sairam.
Sairam.
Sairam Kumarana, there's a request, hopefully, and that's my prayer to Swami, especially this play. There are two, three people that who need to come back and talk about certain process. I still remember sister who spoke about all that Nila song that Swami wrote, and we needed to get that series in as how the whole process of dancing for Swami.
Uh-huh.
Kupam family. That should be one. This particular play, I'm hoping that also Bhajagovindam, of course, has been staged over many years, so a lot of people have had the. But these that you're talking about, I have not heard, at least in my limited amount of listening, repeats of that over the years.
Actually, they have repeated it. Actually, Rangareddy district from Hyderabad, where they've seen and Anil Kumar took the lead. They've seen acted as the
Okay.
as Satyabhama. So they had taken the lead to present this in front of Swami in 2008.
Okay.
They sang the same songs and they staged it, and it is available on YouTube. Where they performed it, and that entire dialogues, everything, whatever Swami wrote, everything has been presented. It's in the YouTube, I think. So I do not know where the link is, but by the way, on the other side, I have given back all the videos I had on Radha Krishna drama, all the audio cassettes to Radio Sai back, because they are the best form of audio and video we can ever look at. So I have given it back to them in the year in 2018, so that they will prepare something from the audio quality, or restage the drama or whatever. So I'm waiting for them to release the album whenever they are ready.
But then
So they have.
we can have a selfish motive of asking that we should get all the cast and the people on in one screen here and just go through the process of what it went. See, I think it's
No,
not.
they did actually. Radio Side did it already.
Oh, they did it.
Yeah, they already did that in the last birthday time. They did that by calling Kantarao. Everybody who were actors in that, including Ratnakar, who played the role of
Was it?
Narada. So I think everybody was involved in speaking their portion, and also the music portion and everything. And they did that in Telugu.
Telugu
But
stream. Telugu
then Telugu stream of Radio Sai, they did that because Telugu drama. So there are more Telugu audience, and they all were able to appreciate it. So maybe it will happen in English too.
Okay, we'll pray. So I think, thanks, Gopina. I think we will, if there are no further questions, then let's dwell on those beautiful moments of Humko Tumse Pyar Kitna. So we'll hear that part of it, and then we will have that beautiful form of the Lord and that plea that went when this song happened. And we are going to hear that from Kumarana to finish this, and then we'll finish with that song. Yeah.
Yeah, I'll make it very brief. So this song is because in the year 1993, when I was a faculty member, I was teaching in mathematics and computer science department. So at that time, my roommate was Satish Babu, who is presently the warden of the hostel, school hostel, and Sailesh Srivastav, who is an amazing all-rounder in terms of composing to keyboard and many other instruments. He could play, and just like Sonam, he was amazing, and he was, he came out with a concept saying that, sir, I think, we have to do something in, when Swami comes back from Vrindavan to Prasanthinilayam, where that was the time Swami had gone from real mandir state to staying in Purnachandra, and Sai Kulwant Hall was being built. So he said we have to really, pour out our feelings in to Swami, saying that Swami, we really love you. So that is the concept with which he came out, because every time there is a Swagatam song, he said this time let's not make it Swagatam song. Instead, we will say Swami, we love you. So that is when he said, sir, I've composed. I feel this should be in 3 languages. One is Hindi, another is Telugu, and third should be English. So that is exactly what he said. And so he composed he's a good, writer of poems too. So he has written many qawwalis, if you all have heard. He wrote the Hindi portion of this Humko Tumse song. And then English also he wrote, because there's nothing, we love you kind of thing. So Telugu portion was given to my roommate Satish Babu, who was a teacher in school. He's not musically equipped, so he doesn't know anything about matras or anything, how exactly to compose a song for a song, how to compose lyrics for a song. He doesn't know any of. He just wrote few words and gave it, and then I'm sitting in B0, Gopi. B0, how big is that room, right? Very, very, very small. Sailesh used to live there. He didn't have a room. He used to just live there in that B0, creating the earth-shaking amount of music in that little room. And then, if just for you people, if Sailesh Srivastava lies down, he will have maximum of 6 inches on the one side, 6 inches on the other side. That is how the length and breadth of that room was. So we went inside that room and we were standing, and then he said, "Sir, this is how it begins." So it should begin with a child singing Sunulo. That is how he thought. So he said child, meaning, yeah, we had eighth grade students whose voice is not broken yet, the boys whose voice is still like a child. So, he said he chose Shantanu at that time. He said, we will make Shantanu sing the alap. Sunelo dil ki pukar, sunelo. So that is how the child will sing. And then humko tumse, everybody should sing together. So Sailesh already composed humko tumse प्यार कितना साईं तुम ही जानते. So it's already, he is a composer of the music and beat, so he knows how to compose the lyrics. दिलों की धड़कन तुम हो साईं. So when it came to Telugu portion, we have a non-singer, non-music person having the lyrics. So, Neevu leni ma jeevanam, Neeru leni chepa vedanam, Neeku maaku oke bandamu, Adiye prema bandamu. Adiye prema bandamu is getting stuck there. So, even if I try to, he said, "Sir, Telugu portion, I do not know the meaning. I want you to compose the tune." So, Sailesh, and there when we were standing, so, Neevu leni, same raga it should be. So, నీవులేని మా జీవనం నీరులేని చేపవేదనం. Chepavedanam means what? When a fish is out of water, it'll twitter. It's like it'll go on. What is the exact word in English, Gopi? The fish which is out of water, which will be doing like this. There's a word for it.
Suffocate.
Suffocate. Yeah. Suffocate for breath, and so it'll kind of do that, and that is a kind of feeling I wanted to bring in the song. So Niruleni, the fish without water, Chepavedanam. So that is one part. Yes,
This is agony of suffocation.
It's the action of action of it's like Twitter. It's not like Twitter. It's like something
agony of suffocation.
Agony, yeah, correct, yeah. So it'll fritter. That's what I meant. So, and then the life without you is like a fish without water, and Niguruleni ni sannidhe maaku pennidhi, meanings your sannidhi, which we all understand, is our refuge. నీకు మాకు ఒకే బంధము, అదియే ప్రేమ బంధము. సో నీకు మాకు ఒకే బంధము, అదియే ప్రేమ బంధము. It's like that is how I thought, but I told Sailesh, this word, the adiye prema bandhamu, is not sitting in matra, in talam. So I told him, and he said, should we go back to Satish to change the words? I said no, but you know why? This is the most powerful word of the whole song. It is the bond which you and me have, you and us, is the eternal bond of love. So that is the message which he has given in these lyrics. So I think going back to him might spoil the power of the language. So then I said, let's do one thing. Niku maku oke bandhamo. Let's stop. Let's all together do in a Western style of chorus. Adiye prema bandhamo. Can we do this? You think our boys will be able to do this as a group? He said, sir, that gives me goosebumps. He said, this is exactly what with which we are going to the boys. I said, I do not know whether boys will be able to do it in talam, because following is having talam. Then he said, we are going to the boys right now because we don't have time. We have to go. We're going to test it out with the boys. We're going right in front. And you won't believe when 600 boys sang, Niku maku oke bandhamo. Can you imagine 600 boys singing and giving a pause? Adiye prema bandhamo. Again, pause. Humko tumse. So that's how, the song was built, and we never knew at that point in time it was one of those songs. But Swami repeatedly asked for the song so many times and sing along with students for decades. And that is a blessing, little blessing I feel, when we don't ask for name, he gives us a lifelong satisfaction. And that is not fame, it is lifelong satisfaction of having learnt music to an offering to God. That is all I wanted to say.
Sai Ramana, thank you. So we shall pray to Swami that we get to listen to this sung by you after this. And I shall not speak after we finish. So let me also say thank you, Swami, for making the satsang happen today and having Kumarana with us. And thank you everyone for joining despite starting slightly later. I have no idea who the speaker for next week. Swami knows, and when I get to know, you will get to know.
Oh, Sai Ram.
That's
Thanks,
the
Venkat.
words.
Thanks, Gopi.
So
Thanks to everyone. Guru Raj, thank you.
we'll finish with Humko Tumse and then Samasta Loka. Yeah.
Sai Kumar,
Sai Ram.
ready?
Oh my God, Sai Ram sir, how are you?
Oh, fine.
Such an honor
You have
to.
really taken 40 years back.
Very, very
I
nice.
was
Yeah,
thinking-
nice to hear from you. And your bhajan, I heard recently. I sent it to Divya. You've been a pillar of support for all the generations of boys.
Sai Ram.
Chitta Chora was inspired by them. Nobody sings Chitta Chora in Parthi. Yeah, it's such a great thing to hear from you.
Sai Ram. So happy to hear your wonderful experience.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram uncle, thank you. We shall play Humko Tumse Pyar Kitna after this.
हमको तुमसे प्यार कितना, हमको तुमसे प्यार कितना, साईं तुम ही जानते, साईं तुम ही जानते, दिलों की धड़कन तुम हो साईं, दिलों की धड़कन तुम हो साईं, तुम हमारे प्राण हो, तुम हमारे प्राण हो, हमको तुमसे प्यार है, हमको तुमसे प्यार है, We love you, dearest Lord, we love you, we love you, dearest Lord. నీవు లేని మా జీవనం, నీరు లేని చేప వేదనం, నీ సన్నిధి మాకు పెన్నిధి, నీదు చూపే ప్రాణ సమానం, నీకు మాకు ఒకే బంధము.
ప్రేమ స్వరూపులారా, నా పిల్లల యొక్క పరిస్థితి నాకు తెలుసు, కానీ మరొకరు తెలియదు. నేనెప్పుడు మీ వెంటనే ఇంటనే ఉంటుంటాను. మీరందరూ కూడా ఐకమత్యంతో పనిచేయండి. నా సీటు ఇక్కడ కాదు. నా సీటు మీ యొక్క హృదయమే. కనుకనే మీరు ఎక్కడ ఉంటే అక్కడ కూడా స్వామి ఉంటున్నాడు.
Swami is there wherever you are.
ఏ కొరతలు మీకు జరగవు.
Nothing will happen to you.
ఏ విధమైనటువంటి అపజయాలు మీకు జరగవు.
You will never have failure.
కానీ పరిపూర్ణమైన విశ్వాసంతో మీరు పనిలో ప్రారంభించండి.
But work with the total faith.
ఏ పని చేసినా కూడా ఇది భగవత్ కార్యంగా భావించండి.
Whatever you may do, good work, take it as God's work.
दिलों की धड़कन तुम हो साई, दिलों की धड़कन तुम हो साई, तुम हमारे प्राण हो, तुम हमारे प्राण हो, हमको तुमसे प्यार है, हमको तुमसे प्यार है. We love you, dearest Lord, we love you. We love you, dearest Lord, we love you. We love you, dearest Lord, we love you. We love you, dearest Sai, we love you. Sai Ram, Sai Ram.
समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु, समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु, समस्तलोकाः सुखिनो भवन्तु. ॐ शांति शांति शांति. जय बोलो भगवान श्री सत्य साई बाबा जी की
जय.
साई राम.
Sai Ram.
Sai Ram. Thank you so much, Anna. Thank you, Sai Ram, everyone.